Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be the very last chit chat video of 2019. Seriously, where has this year gone? It's absolutely crazy to me that I'm sat here with my very last chit chat video of the year. I just can't believe it. Anyway, I'm feeling rather reflective, so I thought I would talk a little bit today about past projects, what's happened this year, my favourite projects of the year, my favourite stitches of the year, all that kind of thing. So grab a cup of tea and let's just have a little chit chat. First of all, I will just say that I'm glad I kind of switched it up with these chit chat videos and made them a little bit more informal, a little bit more relaxed. I think you guys have really enjoyed watching them, so that's really good. I just feel like sometimes I have a lot to get off my chest and I just like to let it all out. And I think you're used to me by now. I think you know that I'm just going to sit here and ramble on, but you seem to like it, so that's a good thing. Okay, so I actually sat and looked through my Instagram just a minute ago to see how many projects I've done throughout this year. And by projects, I mean kind of big, full projects that I've put out there. So there have been many projects which I've started and you guys haven't even seen them because quite often, well, I definitely have shiny object syndrome, and I'll start something and then I'll lose a little bit of passion for it and then I just will put it down and won't go back to it. Or I'll have an idea, I'll order the yarn, and by the time the yarn gets to me, the inspiration has just gone. So that happens to me quite a lot. But I have done a few full projects this year. I did the spring abstract blanket, which I absolutely loved. I'll try and put some images on the screen as I'm talking through these because I don't have them here with me. But yeah, the spring abstract blanket, that was just a gorgeous project. I love working with those kind of colours. I think you already know that. And the spring abstract blanket was just perfect, and I really liked the community feel to that as well. So if you are not familiar with that, that was the second version of the original abstract blanket that I did. I just did them in more kind of spring pastel colours, and I just think it came out gorgeous. As always, by the way, I'll leave links in the description box below of anything that I talk about so that you can go and check it out. What else did I have? I had the cocoon, which was a really popular project which people really loved. That is now actually with my grandma. She has found it really easy to wear because it just sits nicely. She's got armholes. She doesn't have to like cling on to everything, so she actually wears it quite a lot while she's at home to keep her nice and warm. So it was just really nice to make that and know that she's getting a lot of use out of it. I think I've said a lot of times before that anything that I make I actually gift quite a lot because I just love that feeling of being able to give somebody that they'll love and use. So that was another one. There was also the Summer Breeze cushion, which was a really fun pattern to do. I really enjoyed that. I thought the colours were beautiful. There has been the Sundown Market bag, another gorgeous one that I've loved, and then just recently has been the Alpine tree skirt. So there's been quite a few patterns, or definitely more than the previous year. That's something I really want to do more next year. I just really feel like I need to get a bit more organised in order to do that. I'm really going to use this Christmas, or have used this Christmas period, because you're watching this. I'm actually filming this before Christmas, but you'll watch it after Christmas. So I'm going to be using the Christmas period to really sit down and try and plan out my year and get really focused of what I want to bring you guys, because yeah, I want to bring you more full projects, but I'll talk about that in just a moment. In terms of stitches, there has been so many stitches added to this channel. I've also gone back and backdated a lot of my video tutorials from previous years and now have written instructions for those stitches. So if you go to my website, which I've really been trying to work on this year, www.bellacococrochet.com, you will now find the stitch library, and you'll have the written the written instructions as well as the video tutorials at the bottom of the blog post. So that is something that I have been working on, and I've been working on that since January. It's been a huge project to do just because I had so many videos which haven't had written instructions to, so I'm kind of backdating everything, and that's still an ongoing process. So yeah, make sure that you go and check that out, because there's been a lot of work that's gone into that this year. Probably one of my favourites has been a more recent one, which was the Alpine stitch. It seems to be really popular. I see it in so many projects just lately, and I can see why, because it's just a beautiful texture. So go and have a look at that if you haven't had a look already. Before I move on to my plans and my goals for next year, leave me a comment down below of what you would like to see from me next year. I asked a little bit on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram already, go and find me at Bella Coco Crochet, and yeah, just let me know what kind of things you want to see from me, because ultimately I make these for you. One of the things which is coming up soon is the cardigan, which I have not touched for quite a number of weeks, purely because I've had so much work with the Crochet Society boxes. The videos for those take such a long time, so yeah, I had to kind of stop to get those done, but that is also something that I'm going to be working on over Christmas to hopefully bring it to you in January. No pressure. Okay, so for goals for next year is definitely to do more projects. I still want to do the stitch tutorials. I think they're really helpful for people. I think for me, I really like to teach people the foundations to then go on and make their own projects. So I feel with stitch tutorials, it gives people that, so they can learn a stitch and maybe they can incorporate it into a project that they are making. So they will continue. However, I do want to have some more larger projects within it. You just have to realize that they take a long time to do, especially when it's projects, a long time to plan and prepare. And because I've done a few more of them this year, I feel like I'm more into a flow of how to put those together for you. Sorry, I keep touching my hair. I know that annoys people. So I'm getting into a better understanding of how to put those together for you and how to make it work without causing myself like 10 times more work, if that makes sense. So taking photographs of it and then actually making it, but then remaking it for a video tutorial. There's just a lot that goes on. That's also something that I would like to share more of this year, is behind the scenes. I mentioned this in a previous video, but more about behind the scenes of what I do for my job. I want to share some tips and advice if you feel that you want to also have a creative business. I am really passionate about business. I'm always doing research. I'm always trying to keep on top of everything. I'm always trying to improve. So if that's something that you would love to hear about, then let me know. I get that it's only going to be a small amount of you, but I might go ahead and put some of that information on my website because I find it really interesting, so I hope you would too. One of my things that I have on my list for next year is to just crochet more. And as I've just said, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. I actually sit and work at my laptop or my computer probably about 80 to 90% of the time, just because there's so much that goes into it. So I want to really work on planning and preparing so that I have more crochet time. And I actually want to have more crochet time to sit and just do something for myself that's not part of a tutorial, which is hard because if I ever share anything, everyone's like, I really want to know what that is, let me know, which is lovely. But I just want to have some time where I can just sit and crochet for the joy of it, rather than having to think about how do I do this for a tutorial. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of subscribers, I always have a goal for subscribers. I think for this year I wanted to get to 700,000. I know that I've like really pushed it out there, so I've not quite hit that this year. I'm going to set my goal for next year for 750,000. I know subscriber count doesn't really mean much, but I don't know, I like to set goals like that. So 750,000 subscribers is my goal by the end of 2020, I think. In terms of my channel, I definitely want to go live a little bit more next year. I really enjoy doing that so that I can talk to people and have that interaction with everybody. That goes for YouTube and also Facebook. I often do my Facebook lives for the unboxing for Crochet Society on there, so I really enjoy doing that. That's another major thing that's happened this year. The Crochet Society boxes, they launched in May. There has been 7 this year and it's just been phenomenal. The response that I've had from everybody who has subscribed, or even people that have gone and bought past boxes, which you can do if we have ones left over. I'll leave links in the description box below. You can just go to www.crochetSociety.co.uk and subscribe or purchase past boxes, so go and check that out. But yeah, it's just been such a lovely creative thing to do. I always wish to have something physical to be able to involve the community, and that's definitely what it does. And I've watched so many videos of people unboxing theirs and doing a review, and I've seen people posting pictures of the projects that they've made. It's just been lovely to work with designers within the community who are featured in the box. It's just been amazing. An absolute dream come true, and there is so many plans for 2020 as well with the Crochet Society, so make sure that you're watching around for that. One of the things that I really want to do with Crochet Society is tea and chat. So each month you'll have the opportunity, just a small group of people will hop on to, I don't know whether it's going to be on Google Hangouts or how we're going to do it yet, but there's going to be an opportunity, just a few people to sit on a video chat with me with a cup of tea and just talk all things crochet, talk about projects, ask me questions, anything like that. Just something really nice to look forward to every month. And if you're wanting to have a bit more of an intimate chat with me, then that is your opportunity. So that's really exciting. I just think this year has been so incredibly amazing. It's been so hard. I've talked about my mental health quite a lot this year in some of these chit chats, and it's been quite a heavy year for me mentally. I definitely have found the second year of motherhood harder than the first. I think I've battled with my own mental health issues this year, depression, anxiety, so it's been working with that, but I think it's because everything has just got so much busier. So it's just trying to find a balance and trying to find a way of, because there's so many different hats that you have to wear, you know, your mum hat, your crochet hat, your designer hat, your businesswoman hat, your wife hat. There's all of these different roles that you have to play in life, and it's really hard, I guess, for everybody to switch from one to the other. So yeah, I found it hard this year, but also incredibly rewarding. I have loved all of the projects this year. I've really tried to push myself out of my comfort zone with so many things, and yeah, I'm just loving it. And I'm just so thankful for each and every one of you for continuing to watch my videos and to interact with me. So I'm going to keep going until you're bored of me. So yeah, I don't think there's anything much else I want to talk about in this chit chat. I realise that it's just been me kind of, I had a few notes, but I kind of just talked. So yeah, I really hope that you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Share this video with your friends if you think they will love my channel. And don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with all of my latest videos. Help me get to that 750,000 by the end of 2020. And there's also a little bell button that you can click, and that will notify you of when my new videos go live. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check the description box for all the links that I mentioned. I hope you have a wonderful new year, and I shall see you again in 2020. Bye guys!